Green ivy on our heads.
Hey, Philtarte! I knew it was you. I was in the house. I heard a wise bloke with a wise voice outside. Look! Oh, sorry. Look! I've got my costume on. I'm ready to receive the god. What? Him being my daughter's son-in-law, we have to do what we can to promote him, eh? So, where do we dance? Where do we let our grey hair down and shake a leg and grey head back? You'll have to take the lead on this one. You are wise. I hope I don't get too butted. Banging us around day and night. Isn't it wonderful? Losing track and forgetting to be old.
I know exactly what you mean. I feel like a chorus boy.
So, whose car shall we take up the mountain? One of mine? I'm right to drive.
Show the gods an appropriate respect we walk.
So I'm supposed to go, the old leading the old?
The gods shall lead both of us.
You know, we're the only blokes in the whole city dancing in the Baccahe.
We're the only two getting it right. Amateurs.
It's a long way. Here, take my hand.
Don't you look like a proper pair of pansies?
I don't insult the god, I'm only human.
No, there's nothing academic about this. This is spiritual. Classical traditions. We've inherited them from the dawn of time, and no deconstructive criticism, even if it's dreamed up by the best minds of our generation, can beat that.
People talk. That old fart should be ashamed of himself prancing about with ivy in his head.
Gods don't discriminate. Young or old, you've just got to dance. He wants everybody performing in front of him, doesn't want anyone to be left out.
Tiresias, because you're literally blind, I'll be your prophet for once. Incoming. Heading straight for the palace like greased lightning. Pentheus. You know, Echion's boy. I gave him this country to run a while back. Anyway, he's in a bit of a state. I wonder what he's on about now.
I was abroad on business when I received this appalling news. Our women have abandoned their homes and are running about up on a mountain playing at Bacchanalia. They're congregating in public, drinking wine out of buckets. And one by one, they slink off into some wasteland where they have sex. They'll serve us anything in trousers. They call themselves Baccahe, priestesses. More like prostitutes. I've chained up all the ones I've caught. Now they're the priestesses of my prison cells. And the ones still at large, I'll hunt them down off the mountain like animals. Even my mother, Baccahe. They'll be domesticated with iron traps. This Bacchic epidemic stops with me. They say some foreigner has arrived. Some charming Middle Eastern conjurer with perfumed hair and dark curly ringlets, flushed with wine, his cheeks as soft as Aphrodite's, seducing young women in the daytime and nighttime into his mysteries. White summoner. If I catch him out here, I'll stop him rattling his wand and shaking his curls when I have his head torn from his body. He's saying that Dionysus is a god, brought up by Zeus. But everybody knows he was struck by lightning and burnt to a crisp along with his mother. Serves her right for lying about his paternity. Zeus indeed. Whoever this stranger is, he deserves to be hung for these offensive offences. And what's this other phenomenon? I spy the soothsayer Tiresias in an amusing leopard skin scarf. And my grandfather. Is this some sort of joke? Playing in the Bacchus with your walking stick? why don't we take off this ivy, Grandad, and get rid of this wall? You put him up to this, Tiresias. You wanted to introduce some fashionable new cult to boost the local market with burnt offerings and bird omens. If you were to pensioner, I'd have you chained up along with all the other Baccahe. Because no mysterious ritual whose opening number brings on a rabid bunch of drunken feminists could possibly be healthy.
Stranger, don't you feel the God? Aren't you ashamed?
When a talented orator puts his words to a worthy cause, he has no trouble whatsoever in speaking well. But your tongue runs like a car with no brakes. It's going downhill all by itself without anybody driving it. You might be a terrific motivational speaker, but without a brain, I'm afraid to make a headless politician. But this new god, whom you're snarling, is going to be bigger in Greece than I can say. Young man, humanity has two prime movers. One is the earth goddess, Demeter, or whatever you want to call her. She brought us up on dried cake. Then her better half arrived, Semele's son. He coaxed the liquid liquor out of grapes for us poor dying beasts. Whenever we're drowned in the flood from the vine, oblivion from daytime suffering, it stops the pain with sleep. No other drug can cure the human condition. And Dionysus is a prophetic god. His chorus girls and anyone else gone back can develop second sight. When they're possessed by him, they remember, under his influence, what hasn't happened yet. What's about? Anyway, you can catch his choreography on the cliff tops up in Delphi, whirling torches and waving branches, a Greek celebrity. Trust me, Pentheus. Don't exaggerate your influence. Diplomatically welcome the god across your border. Pour a libation, and put on a wreath, and dance in the Baccahe. Dionysus won't modify it in sexuality. That's up to them. You should take a serious look. The proper participation in the Bacchanalia never corrupted anyone, did it? Now, you're only too happy when there's a crowd gathered under your balcony, and the city is out there chanting, Pentheus! Pentheus! I think that gods also enjoy a good old acclamation. And so I, and Cadmus, whom you have humiliated, we are going to drape ourselves in classical ivy and we are going to dance. Now, we're past it, but we have to dance regardless. And no speeches from you can persuade me to fight with gods. You're a maniac. Quite tragic, really, but unfortunately, there aren't any doubts for this sort of affliction. You're sick enough without them!
Your eloquence, sir, would not embarrass Apollo. It is sensible to applaud Dionysus. He is a powerful god.
Tiresias is giving you some pretty good advice, Technon. Stick with us. Don't break the law. Shooting your mouth off and talking bullshit! Look, even if Dionysus isn't the god, like you keep saying he isn't, just let the people believe he is. Just a little white lie. That way, it'll look like Semele gave birth to a god, and credit will go to the whole family. And remember what happened to your cousin, Baccahe. His own carnivorous hunting dogs. He had them since they were pups, tore him apart limb from limb, because when he was out showing off with a few mates, he said he was a better hunter than Artemis, the mountain goddess. Don't let that happen to you. Here. Let's have a coronation in ivy. Show the gods some respect. Please.